good morning, and good morning again. Happy Saturday to you. What an awesome day it is to be alive. Yes, we're moving through the month of January. Can you believe it? We're already into the January the 20th. What an amazing day it is to be alive again. We're thanking God for yet another day. He's allowed us to be together. Listen, I want to say welcome to you. If you're joining us by way of Facebook Live today, welcome to you. Also, if you're joining us by way of YouTube, we certainly want to greet you today as well. If you're joining by way of the telephone, we certainly say welcome to you as well. We want to get right in today. We're going to piggyback off of a session that we've been talking about. And if you are struggling or you need some help with trying to be positive, there's so much negativity, misinformation, all types of things that are driving our land. And those things can sometimes cause you to have a not so positive outlook. And so if you know someone that needs some help today, we're going to show you how you can help us get the word out to someone else. This is how you can share. You can just ask them to join us if they have Facebook on Dr. K.O. Williams Space Ministry. And if they have YouTube and don't have Facebook, they can join us on Dr. K.O. Williams Space Ministry. Down in the bottom left, this series here is designed because we've heard from those of you who are struggling, needed some coaching around positive thinking. We heard you. We want to respond to you. If you have areas that you would like to hear and some coaching around, we want to invite you as well. bit.ly/RealTalk Your Voice. You'll just put that in the browser. It'll take you right straight to us, and you can send us your comments and areas that you'd like coaching on as well. 60 minutes of straight real talk, honest, transparent conversation. We bring it at you on Saturday mornings from 9 to 10. We're just here to try to provide some real talk, life's issues, and try to give you some coaching around some topics. But the thing I love the most is we always try to give you some practical tools, and we are not falling short today. We have some practical tools to put in your toolbox to help you when you come up to different types of jobs. You need different types of tools. Anyone can participate, but we always ask that you be an adult 18 and older, because sometimes we have adult conversations that we really go deep in. Let's get started today. Maybe you have someone who has been struggling, trying to be positive in a world where there's just so much information that's not true, half true, and sometimes just flat out false altogether. But today we're taking back our minds through positive thinking. Today I want to drill down on this topic: how to get back your positive mind. That's it right there. Somebody's been waging and warring, and somehow or another you find yourself a little bit off kilter, but that's okay, because that's how life is sometimes. God always puts someone, something, somewhere back in our paths to help us to reclaim where we're supposed to be. We fall down. Want to start right there, but we get back up. For a saint, it's just a sinner who fell down, but he didn't stay there. They got back up again. That's the lyrics from Donnie McClurkin's very famous gospel song, We Fall Down. And so, how to get back your positive mind. I want to start today off with a scripture, if you will. I wanted to just read this into your hearing. It's in Romans chapter 12 and verse number 2. And listen to what it says. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove that which is good and acceptable unto God. I want to tell you that we're living in the last days, and your mind has to be renewed. That's the King James Version. Be not conformed to this world, but be therefore transformed by the renewing of your mind. I want to submit to you today that your mind is a wonderful tool. And what we have to do is figure out, my friend, how to get your minds renewed. So there's something to be said about your minds. It has to be renewed daily. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, how to renew your mind. Because the reality is we are here in this world, and there are so many things that come after us. And I want to tell you something, my friend. It can get your mind in a not so nice place. I just want to say to you that we have these minds, and sometimes life can get in the way, but we have to have a mechanism, and that's what I come to talk about today. Paul says how to renew your mind, and so it is to suggest that every day you have to have a mechanism to what I like to say, recalibrate the compass. Is anybody today that feels like, sometimes you're in this thing called the rat race of life, and every so often you have to stop and recalibrate that compass? And if you're there today, I got some great news for you, because it's all about a mindset. Every day you wake up, you have to renew your mind. And so why is that important? Because we can choose to be positive, or we can choose to be negative. And you have to ask yourself, am I one of those people who are constantly looking at the bad in people? Or do you find yourself always trying to find the best in everything? And if so, you're not alone. It's human nature to be pessimistic at times. I want to talk to somebody today that quit beating yourself up because you find yourself looking at the negatives or can't quite see the positive. That's okay, because we're going to help you today. I want to lift up a word called optimism. It's just another nice way of saying how to be positive. Optimism, or positive thinking, is the practice of focusing on the good in any situation. Can I talk to somebody today that needs to be reminded that if you look, and you look closely enough, you can find the good in any situation? It's about looking for the silver lining and maintaining a hopeful attitude. In other words, we all have rain in our lives, but some use the rain as a negative to say that it's always wet and damp. And then some use the rain as a tool to fertilize their future. Oh my gosh, let me tell you right now. So I heard a man say one time that your tears are just fertilizer for the future in your life. It's another way of saying that after the tears, my friend, the sun will shine again, and the good Lord will use those tears to fertilize your future. Well, can I give you another Bible verse? It's one of my favorite, Romans 8:28. I recite it all the time, but maybe you need to read it in your free time. That Paul was talking to the Roman church, and he says, and we know. What is it that you know today? Paul says that all things work together for the good of them that love God. My friend, I want to help somebody today to tell you to look right in this screen today to tell you, get your head up from there. And listen, I want to tell you, hold your head up, because the reality is the sun will shine again. There is another song that comes to mind when I think about these types of songs, and they're old Negro spiritual songs. And, another one uh, comes to mind by the late uh, Reverend James Cleveland. And listen to what he says. He says, I don't feel no ways tired. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, but I don't believe he brought me this far just to leave me now. Listen, I feel good already on a Saturday because I've had my share of valley experiences. Am I talking to anybody that's had a valley experience? You were so low down until it was almost like no one had been that low before. But I came by on a Saturday morning to tell you that, listen, I want you to hold your head up. Positive thinking is the ticket when you're down in the valley, because it is to declare that, yes, I'm in the valley today, but it's not where I come to stay. It's only a path to my next destination. Ooh, I come by to talk to somebody today on a Saturday. Take back your positive mind. And optimism says that you have to look for it, and you have to search for it. Sometimes you got to search hard, search long, and search deep. But I came by to tell you that if you keep on looking, you'll run into a man named Jesus, and he'll make you to understand that down in the valley is all right, as long as you know you didn't come there to stay. Because I come to tell you that just like there's a valley experience, there's also something called a mountaintop experience. And you have to keep looking, you have to keep practicing, and you have to keep focusing on the good in the situation. And I want to share another revelation with you. Somebody says, how can this bad, painful, ugly situation be good for me? Well, I came by to suggest to you, my friend, that sometimes it might not be good to you, but I want to suggest that it's good for you. Why, Williams? Because it's building your spiritual muscles. It's causing you to focus just a little bit clearer. And it's causing you to realize a word called hope. I came by to offer hope to somebody today that it is not as bad as it looks if you keep practicing on optimism. You got to keep looking, you got to keep practicing, you got to keep exercising. And what you will find is this old affirmation: this too shall pass. I want to talk today because we said, Williams, how can you smile so good? Because I've been down in the valley. It looked like I couldn't go any further. And then at the last possible moment, God stepped in and showed me that there is a path back to the mountain. And I didn't stop on my journey until it took me to the mountain. And then now, my friend, you can look at somebody else who's been through what you've been through, and you could suggest to them, oh, I know what it means to be down in the valley, but I got some good news for you. I kept the faith and I remained hopeful. I'm talking good to somebody today. Don't give up the hope. Take back your positive mindset. And Paul says you have to do this every day. Renew your mind daily, he says. The reality is that even though you had some victories on yesterday, when your eyes pop open this morning, you have to remind yourself again, I got to renew myself. And today I'm going to be practicing. I got to keep exercising and focusing on how to find the good, even in a bad situation. And can I share some positive optimism with someone who says, Williams, I've been praying about the same thing. I've been trying to stay focused on the same thing, and it's not moving. And I want to help you and bless you on this Saturday to tell you these words. Sometimes a long wisdom journey has taught me that sometimes in the prayer, down in the valley, he changes the situation around me. And then sometimes, my friend, he changes me and not the situation. In other words, sometimes he gives me a change in my mindset. And now it's not a burden anymore, but it's a blessing, because I now know that God is developing his character within me. And how that works is that you have to stay on top in order for God to keep you moving. Who am I talking to today? The reality is, I don't care what stage you're in, there is hope. Would you type in the chat today 4 letters, HOPE? You need to know, in order to embrace optimism, that it's not gonna be like this always. I come to tell somebody, make up in your mind to take back your positive mindset. And it starts by you telling your mind that it's not going to be like this always, that there's a change on the way. Whether God changes the situation or whether he changes me. But one thing is for sure, this too shall pass. I come today to talk about optimism, the ability to look at the good in any situation. It's about looking for the silver lining, my friend. Even when things get tough, it's easy to be mindful and positive when your pockets are full. Am I talking good to anybody? When you got a good health report and your family is all intact and the job is just treating you just fine. It seems like you fell in a sweet spot. But am I on the right road today with anyone who can say, when life seems like it's turned upside down, can't get nobody on the phone, can't get nobody to help me financially, can't get nobody to help me spiritually, you need to know that there is a silver lining, and that even in the midst of what seemingly to be a bad situation, there's some good news. Can I tell you 2 words today? And the word is testimony. We all like the word. Sounds real spiritual, sounds real rewarding, it sounds real fulfilling. Oh, I have a testimony. But can I tell you something? In order to get a testimony, you got to deal with the root word, which is TEST. Oh, my friend, I come by to tell you, there is no testimony without first having passed the test. And I want to talk to somebody today. You need to grab yourself, shake yourself, and say, I come today to take back my mind. I want a positive mindset. Take back my positive mind. It declares and decrees that better days are ahead. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but if you're in the middle of a tough time, I want you to do just like this. Hold your head up, because better days are coming if you just don't give up. Now listen, a person who thinks positively, you ready? They anticipate happiness. So even if you get shocked, you say to yourself, let me get my footing, because I know something positive has got to come behind this right here. You're looking for something that will bring happiness, even in what seemingly is a hopeless situation. They anticipate some kind of success and believing they can overcome. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I'm on assignment to tell you that you can overcome any obstacle and difficulty. I just believe I'll speak it to you one more time. My brother and my sister, optimism says that when you're hit with a gut punch, and life has a way of doing it, you anticipate. That means I'm not going to stop looking until I overcome. You can overcome whatever stumbling block, obstacle, or difficult situation that may be in your life. I'm on assignment on a Saturday morning to tell you that this too shall pass. I want you to understand that if God brought you to it, God knows he will bring you through it. Now, somebody said, but you don't know like I know. No, I do know. What I do know is this, is that all things work together for the good. You have to condition your mind. There are so many good people who are living beneath their privilege. You know why? Because they need to take back their positive minds. You need to take back your positive mind. I want to say it several times in this broadcast on today. Take back your positive mind. What it means is, if you're hanging around negative people, you have to remind people that I'm looking, I'm searching, I have a passion, and I will not stop until I overcome this difficult situation or this obstacle that's in my life. If I had time to unmute these wonderful viewers on this call, you would hear testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. Well, since they're not unmuted, I will tell you that I'll testify for everybody on the line. I've been there, I've done that, I've seen it. But what I can tell you is, when I look back over my life, I can honestly say that God was working for my good the whole time. And I never gave up hope. I don't care how difficult it is. And I don't care how many people have thrown in the towel against you. They rolled the dice and said, ain't no way you're going to be able to come out of this one. That this will be the thing that will take you down. All I want to tell you is that if you can hear me today, you are listening to a ambassador that can tell you without any fear of contradiction that I was there. It felt like I had reached my wit end, but I want to tell you something that may this bless you today. This was the one thing that I had to remind myself when I felt like I was at my wit end. That meant I couldn't go no further. I couldn't talk about it no more. I couldn't even cry about it no more. The Lord reminded me, and I want to bless somebody today, that God lives at man's within. Can I say it again? that God lives at man's within. What that means is that sometimes the higher power allows us to try to figure it out on our own, to try to work it out on our own, to try to solve the equation on our own. And many times, if we really be honest with ourselves, right when we was just about to give up, we got a renewed energy. But my friend, I want to tell you that that energy is God coming in and swooping in and finding a way to help you to have hope and be inspired all over again. Now, positive thinking, I want to clear up something real quick. Positive thinking doesn't mean you turning a blind eye to life's less positive moments. I'm not telling you to walk around with blindfolds on, acting like you don't have any human emotions. Oh, my friend, that's not what I'm trying to tell you. But I want to talk to somebody today. Positive thinking means approaching these difficult times with a more positive perspective. Looking for the best outcome rather than immediately assuming that the worst will happen. Lord have mercy. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I want to put my weight right here because somebody today needs to declare at the beginning of 2024 that I'm going to take back my positive thinking. Yes, it hurt. Yes, they did it. Yes, it shattered your heart. Yes, it broke your dreams. But I want to tell you something. When you have positive thinking, it does not mean that you turn a blind eye to life's less positive moments. Simply speaking, positive thinking means that you approach these difficult times. God knows we've had some. Somebody's in one right now. But what I want you to know is that you can approach that difficult time, that difficult situation, that difficult relationship, that difficult work experience with a more positive outlook. That just simply means that you are looking for the best possible outcome rather than immediately assuming the worst will happen. I don't know who I'm talking to, but today, why is positive thinking important? Let's go down through it just for a moment. Well, again, when you think positive, you tend to be a happier and more content person with life. Why? Because you know that it's not going to be like this always. That's the ticket right there. That no matter what life throws at you, hit me with your best shot. But I declare unto you that the God that I serve will allow me to still have hope, and I'm looking for the best possible outcome rather than immediately assuming the worst will happen. Now, practicing positive thinking can also have benefits in your daily life, such as when you are more positive, you tend to have a more positive interaction in relationships. It is also noted that when you're more positive, it affects you with better decision-making skills. Like when you're at your best self, when you know that this is not the end of the road, care how difficult it may be, there's something inside of you that says, I can still smile. Maybe a tough smile, but I still smile because I know that there are better outcomes ahead for me. Now, I know that that my time is running out today, but I wanted to make sure that I had a couple of items that we covered today. Number one is just knowing that this too shall pass. It's not the end of the road. I don't care what your haters say. I don't care what the naysayers say. Those drinking haterade, let them drink it on. But one thing is for sure, you and God, your spiritual father, have a contract, and it's between the two of you about your positive outcomes. And so when I think about it today, there's something that comes to mind. Why think positive? That's the question. What's the big deal? Some might ask. Well, I want to tell you that I want to spend the remainder of our session today walking you through ways to take back your positive mind. I'm a facilitator, and I do like to tell you the what. The what today is you need to take back your spiritual and positive mind. But I also like to tell you the how. You ever been in a session or a seminar and somebody's drilling home all these wonderful things, telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but they never go into the how you should do it. And that's what I want to take the remainder of my time today to understand. Not only that you should take back your positive mind, but let's walk through a couple of examples. I hope it bless you today on how to take back your positive mind. Are you struggling today to maintain a positive outlook on life amid challenges? Maybe you've had some setbacks. But guess what? One thing I want to tell you, you're not in this by yourself. If we could unmute people, you would be surprised at the number of people who say, I'll raise my hand because I'm dealing with a setback right now. The difference is you are not alone. Why, Williams? Because this wonderful God we serve has a way of taking your setback and making it a setup for your comeback. I feel just like shouting on a Saturday morning. Let me help somebody real good. If you knew that losing that job was going to be the catalyst for you to actually discovering your next big career move, and now you're living your best life, wouldn't you want to celebrate the setback? Because if it hadn't been for the setback, you wouldn't be on the setup. And I came by to tell somebody today, don't get discouraged. Do this. Get your head up, because your setback is nothing more than a setup. God got something good for you, but you just got to hang in there and don't give up. I want to remind you today, you are not alone. I want to say it again. You are not alone. And negative self-talk can take a significant toll on our mental and emotional health. You have to guard against this tendency to want to have negative talk. And I believe that to achieve this through practicing positive self-affirmations, which can be instrumental in changing self-limiting beliefs. And guess what? Boost your self-esteem. Let's get at it for a moment, and we'll try to ride this until my time is up. But I want to tell you something. When you consider that you're not by yourself, when you consider that God is on your side, and we're really walking out the plan of God, sometimes it's not what you see right now. It's what's down the road. But you got to hang in there until you get there. So let's talk about it. When you get up, there are positive affirmations, that is, positive sayings or words or phrases that you say to yourself. When was the last time you looked in that mirror and spoke to that image that was in that mirror. Ooh, I'm trying to help somebody today. You got an exercise when you finish this broadcast today. Find yourself a mirror and speak some positive sayings, some phrases. The term is called positive affirmations. They are often used as a way to counter negative thoughts. We all have them, but the reality is some have a more disciplined way of dismissing negative thoughts. The idea is to replace critical or negative self-talk with positive and uplifting statements. Now, you have to have some, and I want to give you a couple. For example, instead of saying, I'll never be good at this, you could say, I am capable of learning and improving. By reciting positive phrases, you can shift your mindset towards a more positive outlook. Let's do it. Yes, there are many. Yes, they do work. And yes, they will increase your overall outlook. And let's just go at some daily affirmations. You ready? All right. So, are you looking? Because I want to ask you a relevant question today. Because what I found is there are some people satisfied with being negative. But I want to talk to the person that says, Williams, I want more. I want better. God has a more excellent path for me. And so can you help me to start with some phrases that I can say and repeat to help replace the negative phrases? Let's get at it. For example, on a daily basis, you can say things like, I am capable of achieving my goal. I don't care what somebody else says. I don't care how many times you got to practice at it. I don't care how many times you got to read it. I heard a lady the other day say I had to take the test 4 times, but on the end, she said, I passed. And I said, you see, she was basically saying, even if it took me 4 times, I am capable of achieving my goal. My friend, nothing beats a failure but a try. And the only way to know if it works is you have to put forth the effort. Here's another one. I radiate love and positivity. In other words, you're saying to yourself, I don't put off negative energy. I am the person who puts off love and positivity. When a person comes around me, I declare they will feel love and they will feel positive. You have to speak it until you see it. You got to say it until you see it. Come on, work with me. You got to say it until you see it. I radiate love and positivity. That means when people come around me, they're going to feel love and positivity. Next, I am worthy of love and respect. I don't know who you are today that I'm speaking with, but I'm on assignment to tell you that God is saying that you are worthy of love. Don't you let nobody tell you that you are a second-class citizen. No, you are a citizen of the kingdom of God. Let me tell you, and for that alone, that makes you worthy to be loved and to be respected. I don't care what they say, and if they can't find the value in you, listen, tell them to talk to the hand, my friend, because the reality is you don't deserve to be disrespected, and you don't deserve to not to be shown love. Say it every morning when you get up. I am worthy of love and respect. And what that will do was put some guardrails in your mind. Somebody comes by and don't show love, you can say, Not here, not today, not with me. If somebody offering disrespect, not here, not today, not me. I am worthy of love and respect. Say it with me today. Somebody needs to practice positive self affirmations. I am worthy of love and respect. How about this one? I am capable of facing any challenges that come my way. Now, I am capable of facing any challenges that come my way. Listen, what it's saying is, I will not give up. There is something within me that says I can face it. Yes, I can stand up to it. Yes, I can declare that this too shall pass. I am capable of facing any challenges that come my way. I don't care what they are. Condition yourself, my friend, to have positive self affirmations. Take back your positive mind. Listen, here's another one. You should have daily phrases. They're called daily affirmations. How about this one? I am growing at my own pace. Y'all gonna make me shout up in here, up in here. Let me tell you something. It might not be at the pace you want me to be, but let me help you right now. That I say to myself that I am growing at my own pace. I ain't got nothing to do with my neighbor, ain't got nothing to do with my family, ain't got nothing to do with my friends. What I'm telling you is that I am on my own pace. Now, there's this old Negro spiritual that says, please be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. But when God gets through with me, I shall come forth as pure gold. Can I help somebody on a Saturday? Oh, yes. That you go at your own pace, my friend. Don't let someone, child, you still back there? Yes, I'm at my own pace. You have to protect the corridors of your mind. Come on, say it with me. I am growing at my own pace. And how about this one? I'm allowed to ask for what I need. Somebody today needs to know that you're not less than because you ask for what you need. You're not some vagabond because you ask for what you need. God, in his infinite wisdom, said, if you knock, the door will be open. And if you ask, it shall be given. And if you seek, you shall find. My friend, I'm in the middle of a Bible study right now called the 5 prayer hands. And there are 5 types of prayers that a person can pray as well. It's just a wonderful way of teaching people how to pray. It starts with the prayer of confession, but then it goes to the prayer of petition. Let me tell you something. You'd be surprised at the number of people who have needs and they won't even take them to God in prayer. I want to talk to somebody today. Learn to pray the prayer of petition. That means ask God for what you need. For we know that God told Paul, and God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and his glory. Let me help somebody today that if you need it, ask for it. And you're not wearing God out by asking for what you need. But quite to the contrary, he says, I am your father. You are my child. Ask for what you need. Another wonderful affirmation, I am safe and surrounded by love and support. You have to put that in the atmosphere. And if you're not safe, you need to get where you're safe. And if you're not surrounded by love, You need to position yourself around people that love you. And if you're not surrounded by support, then you should position yourself to be around people that support you. I am safe, and I am surrounded by love, and I am surrounded by support. Listen, can I go a little bit further? Another daily affirmation: I am valued and helpful. Because sometimes people will make you feel so bad, make you feel like you aren't nothing. Oh my gosh. But I came today to tell you, yeah, get your head up, because you are valued and you're helpful. And just because someone doesn't appreciate your help, that's their loss. And there's someone that God has that you can actually be helpful. The act of helping someone. Oh, there it is right there. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. You are valued. You have some worth. Don't you allow anyone to tell you anything different. And you are helpful. You have the act of helping someone, and don't allow someone to cause you to stop being who you are. If you're a helpful person, find someone that can appreciate your help. Oh, did you hear what I said? If you have a helpful demeanor, then if someone doesn't appreciate it, shame on them. They don't miss the water till the water run dry. Find someone else to help that can appreciate you being helpful. Can I go a little bit further? How about this affirmation? I belong here and I deserve to take up space. I don't know who I'm talking to, but this is your season. You'd be surprised at the number of people who this is their season. They're ready to live their best life. And somebody trying to tell them, wait your turn. No, my friend. It's my season to be blessed. I want to tell somebody, you belong here. And guess what? You deserve to take up space. Because the reality is, you got some folks out here, they ain't doing nothing. They're not going anywhere. And the reality is, if you fool with them, they ain't never going to have nothing. And then the good Lord has you on a trajectory and asking you, do you want to walk in your season? You have to tell these naysayers, I belong here. My tears validate my position. Woo! Is anybody can say, I done cried hard enough. I done prayed long enough. I done sacrificed long enough. And now guess what? I belong here and I deserve to take up space. Listen, I feel just like shouting right now, because the reality is I've paid my dues. That's what you're trying to tell somebody. You weren't there. You don't know when. You don't know my story. And quite frankly, until you understand my story, don't judge my praise, because many of you that I'm speaking to today, you've been through hell and back. That's why you can square your shoulders back and lift your head and say, I belong here and I deserve to take up space. I got one more. I know my time is running out, but I wanted to tell you without any fear of contradiction today that you are in this space, and I want you to know that you belong here and that you deserve to take up space. And finally, I practice gratitude for all that I have and all that is yet to come. In other words, God, I thank you for what I have right now. Am I talking good to anybody? When you get up in the morning, you thank God for what you have. Thank you for my eyes. I can see. Somebody don't have eyes today. Thank you for my ears. I can hear. Father, thank you for my nose. I can smell. Thank you for my mouth that I can feel with praise. The reality is these are daily affirmations. I practice gratitude for all that I currently have. Thank you for a roof over my head. I'm telling you right now, it's a wonderful way to take back your positive mind. I thank you, Father, for food on my table. Yes, I thank you for a car to drive. Listen, I thank you for money to be able to buy the gas to put in the car. Let me help somebody. Practice gratitude for all that you have. But wait a minute, you also practice him for that which is yet to come. Father, I want to thank you for that promotion. I see it in my future, and I declare it and decree it. I want to help somebody today with positive affirmations. Father, I thank you for that turn in my job. It's been chaotic, it's been confusion, and I know you told me you were not the father of confusion, but I'm thanking you in advance for the peace that's going to be on my job. Listen, the just don't walk by sight, but we walk by faith. We thank him in advance for the things. For we know Hebrews 11 and 12, for faith is the evidence of things not seen and the substance of things hoped for. And so what I'm telling you today is that you thank God in advance for what's to come. I declare unto you, it'll lift you up and it'll give you a boost for your day. Now listen, my time is about out, and I just need to tell you that we can practice this again another time, but this is what I want you to get into your spirit, that there are so many ways to thank God daily. And then you can not only have affirmations. I know my time is out, but I just want to bless somebody's soul today. But maybe you need a weekly affirmation. And here's a couple of weekly ones. I'll try to circle back around on another session. I am resilient and can overcome life's challenges. That means I have what it takes to keep coming back. Even though I get knocked down, I'm not knocked out. I get punched, but I'm not destroyed. Oh, come on, somebody today. In my closing, I want to tell you that you have daily affirmations, and you have to tell yourself, I don't care what's happening this week, I am going to be resilient. I will not get knocked out. I may get knocked down. Listen, I may even get punched, but I won't get destroyed. But the reality is, and I will overcome life's challenges. Here's another one for your week. I'm just going to go down just a little bit further. My well-being is a priority, and I am committed to nurturing it. I don't care who thinks I'm being selfish. I don't care who don't understand why I take time for my well-being, for my self-care. There are times you have to unplug just to make sure that you're okay. And my well-being is at a priority or a premium, and I'm committed to nurturing it. That simply means, yes, I pray for others. Yes, I do for others, but I'm not going to get so distracted doing things for others that I let my own will. I get so tired and frustrated seeing good, solid people doing good work, but they never even think about their own well-being until it's too late. I see it all the time, even in my secular world or a job where I work in the world of Alzheimer's, and I look and I see caregivers who give everything of their substance, caring for someone else until they get sick themselves and don't even have enough strength. Lord, have mercy today, to be able to nurture themselves back to well-being. So I want to tell you, you need to be able to have a priority around your own being. Watch this. You could say once a week, I believe in the power of empathy and compassion to create a better world. That simply means, yes, I try to put myself in others' position. And by the way, would you want somebody always speaking negative about you, or Would you want somebody always trying to put traps in your way? Or would you want somebody always trying to set something up, trying to stumble you up? No. So if you don't want that, then don't do that to someone else. It's called empathy and compassion. And sometimes we as humans, we lack compassion. That's the ability to feel for someone. Some people are just straight up mean. I'm telling you right now, even in the church, they're just straight up mean and they don't have no compassion. Yes, I said it and I'll say it again. The reality is sometimes the solution is just try to have a little feelings for someone. People so mean and try to act like they own the world. But the reality is your day's coming. And guess what? You're going to want somebody to put you in a place to have compassion on you. Oh my gosh, my time's out. I got one more. I deserve the same kindness I give to others. And I extend that kindness to myself. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but just like you're kind to other people, you need to know that you can be kind to yourself. It's okay to be kind to yourself. My time is out. I just wanted to walk through some actual tools to help you to be able to help yourself, to have the ability to take back your positive self. Now, I leave this last one. I leave what no longer serves me in the past. I leave what no longer serves me in the past. That's the last one I got for you. I got a whole list of them, but what I'm trying to show you is there's a path to taking back your positive self. In the end, I leave what no longer serves me in the past. If it don't serve you now, put it in your rearview mirror is what the affirmation is trying to say to you. You deserve your best days ahead of you. And I promise you right now, Paul said it best. I count not myself apprehended, but I put those things in the past and forget those things which are behind me. And I press toward the mark of the high calling. I got to pray for you. My time is absolutely out today. I hope you've been blessed by the session today. Would you let me just pray with you? Father, thank you for this time of gathering. Thank you for a wonderful time of inspiration, trying to inspire your people that their best days are ahead of them, that they truly are not alone. And the reality is you want the best for them in the future. What's to come is better than what they've been through. Today, may this saturate their inner being and bring positivity. And as Paul charged us to be therefore transformed by the renewing of our minds. I thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey, listen, friends, this is all I have. I want you to stay plugged in. We've got some wonderful topics coming up. I want to also start talking about trauma. This notion that there are things that are triggers inside of us, and those triggers affect how we think positive. Many people have traumas and triggers and they don't realize them. But then I want to show you, you can also have some spiritual trauma. There are things about your spiritual life that you should be on the lookout for. Just like the National Alzheimer's has 10 warning signs for Alzheimer's, I want you to know that there are some warning signs that you should be looking for around spiritual trauma, which ultimately impacts your overall well-being. That's all I have for you. Until next time, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep his presence around you. May God be gracious unto you, and may God give you peace until we meet again. God bless you.